The first 7 days is critical. You're going to do 80% of the business you're ever going to do out of those people in the first 7 days. Now, that doesn't mean that 20% of business is not still significant. When they're signing up for your list, you're usually giving them something to sign up for the list. So the first email is, here's the thing I promised you. The second email is,
we're constantly telling people, don't shit on your leads. Don't try and plan what to do with your leads after your leads. Whatever you're doing, make sure you know what you're going to do with those leads. And here we are. Don't know what to do with my leads.
what do you do with leads?
For the leads that come in, to make sure that you're...
Welcome back to the Trainwreck Show. I'm your host, Perry Belcher, the illustrious moron, as she says. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet today. Just look at how beautiful she looks today. It only took her 4 hours. So I'm here with Miss Emma Rainville, the wizard of operations, the unstoppable, the immovable object that is...
No, I'm unstoppable. You had it
stone.
right. You're just a pain in the
The
ass.
stone. Yes, unstoppable, like a hemorrhoid. All right. Welcome back to the show. What do you want to talk about today?
First thing I'd love to tell people is to like and subscribe, so that way you can get notifications every time we sit down and Perry acts like a total
They would
dick
have
to me.
never figured it out on their own.
Marketing.
It's a thing.
Additionally, just to let you know, we'll mention
Are
it
you
again.
advertising Coca-Cola Cherry? Did you get a sponsorship from them?
Yes,
Did you?
I did.
That's great.
I know you've been dying for a sponsorship like that.
Oh, yeah.
We have www.trainwreckshow.com. That's going to give you tons of free stuff, just
Sure
so you
will.
know. So today, I wanted to talk about one of the things that you're actually smart about. So recently, for my...
How did you narrow it down?
Wasn't that hard? So for my company, one of my fellow Driven members, Mitch Burnham,
Sure.
Burnham Marketing, phenomenal traffic guy.
Yeah.
So I hired him, and I made the mistake that a lot of people make. I hired him, and now I have all these leads. And we talk about this all the time. You've got speed to lead.
Now you have to figure out how to be nice so those people will actually give you money.
My
of
model
all-
is not like that. So let me continue. So I've got all these leads.
Yeah.
And so we thought we knew what we were going to do with the leads, but we really didn't have enough avenues. And so you and I talk all the time on this show and at all of our masterminds with Ignite, with Driven. We're constantly telling people, don't shit on your leads. Don't try and plan what to do with your leads after your leads, whether it be from traffic sources that you have online, whether it be trade show marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever you're doing, make sure you know what you're going to do with those leads. And here we are. Don't know what to do with my leads.
What do you do with leads?
What is the best 3 things you could have planned for the leads that come in to make sure that you're cultivating them and you sucking every cent?
I think you can back the truck up just a little bit.
Sure.
Because number one, who's the avatar or avatars that you're attracting? So based on ads and landing pages, in almost every business, there is no avatar. Most businesses are going to have multiple avatars. So did they come in usually on a why, how, or what? A why, how, or what? And other people call that like, I think my old partner Ryan calls it the customer value journey or something. And he talks about, are they problem aware or whatever aware? Here's the deal. Some people have a problem and they don't know why they have it. Some people have a problem and they know the solution, but they don't know where to get it.
Right.
Right?
And I think that's my people.
And then some people know what the solution is, but they don't know who to buy it from. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So you've got people coming in for 3 different reasons: why, how, and what. It's like, why is my big toe hurting? Okay, well, I have gout. Okay, great. So how do I get rid of it? You got to get rid of uric acid in your system, right? So you're going to need things that get rid of uric acid. Okay, great. Now, whom do I buy those from? Right? So all journeys are like that. And you'll find, like, a little side tip when you're running ads.
Just the tip.
If you run, just the tip, because nobody would want to stick in the whole thing, right? So when you got to admit you're got. She gets me plenty, I promise.
Yeah.
But your ads, really, in most markets, you should be running why, how, and what ads, right? And you should have why, how, and what landing pages. Because if you're going to tell somebody, here's one of the problems that you see everybody doing. Almost everybody hits the middle. How to blank, right?
Right.
If I don't know what my problem is, you're giving me a solution to a problem I don't know I have. Does that make sense?
It does.
So, like, for instance, I had gout. This was several years ago. I weighed a lot more. I was bigger, and I had gout, right? And that scared the shit out of me. It's one of the reasons I lost weight, because it's so fucking painful. But I woke up one morning and I felt like I had gotten up in the middle of the night and broken my toe running into something. It's incredibly painful. I didn't get up and look up. If somebody had sent me an email that morning that said how to get rid of uric acid, I would have not even opened it. I didn't know I had gout. I woke up with Googling, why is my big toe so damn sore?
Right.
So once I realized why my big toe was so sore, then there was a good chance I had gout. So now I'm looking for how to get rid of gout. Well, it says I need to have tart cherry juice and celery extract supplements and all these things. So the next thing I look for in the natural progression is, who should I buy those from? Right? Same with a car, you may want a car and you would, why is my gas bill so damn high? I'm spending so much money on gasoline. Well, you need a more energy efficient car. Great. How do I save more money on well, you got to buy something that's more energy efficient. Okay. Which cars are more energy efficient? And you may even go all the way down to which dealer should I buy that car from? Right. So all buying decisions, generally speaking, people in one of three positions, they're in the why, the how, or the what position. And the vast majority of people, believe it or not, in the why position. So when you're talking to new market, especially if you're running broad market ads, like why don't I get second dates? There's somebody running an ad right now for women, and it's, why do I never get a second date? Why are guys taking me out once and never calling me back? Why do I not get a second date? And when you explain why, then it's like, okay, here's the why. Now, how do I correct that behavior?
Right.
You correct it this way. Okay. Who can teach me how to do that well? Why, how, what, who, right? And there are 4 levels. If you're going to a personal person, right? What could be a product, but where am I going to get that product from? So once you've got that lead though, I think there are 3 things that are really important. Explaining very quickly who you are. Who are you? Initially, these 3 questions are paramount, right? What do you got? This is the questions going on in the mind of the client. What have you got? What's it going to do for me? What do you want me to do next? So your first email probably should explain that. This is what we have. This is what it'll do for you. And in order to, what do you want me to do next? I want you to schedule a call. I want you to download my book. I want you to do whatever the action is, right? Immediately after that, your next thing, and by the way, all these, if it's email, you could do all the emails in one day. Just bum, 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 bum. Don't spread them out.
Okay.
The next email that you would send, if it's email or text, whatever, is who are we as a company? What are our beliefs? What's our mission statement? What is our mission as a company? And what do we believe in? People, in order to be attracted to a company now, it's always been true to some extent. It's really true now. People want to know more about what that company's about. And does that company's beliefs align with their beliefs? We had one of our members was at my house last week, and she had a customer call her the other day and wanted to buy tea. She has a swag business. And ask her what her political affiliate. What are your political beliefs?
Oh, she called me about this. Because
he didn't want to do business.
Did she tell you my answer?
I sell T-shirts. That's what she told him.
Oh, I told her that next time, because that's the second time she's gotten it. I don't remember exactly what I sent, but it was something to the effect of, I am swag monster. I create swag. And if my political beliefs are important for you to know, then this probably isn't a fit.
Yeah, that's probably a great answer. But it's funny how people are like that.
They want to know because they want to back.
Get in the front of that, right? You can own it. So if you don't believe it's powerful, let me tell you how powerful it is. There's a company that just fascinates me. They're called Black Rifle Coffee. They sell this very, very rare product.
Another company, yeah.
They sell this incredibly rare product called coffee. But they support gun rights, and they put a gun, an AR-15 gun, on the front of their bags of coffee, and they call it Black Rifle Coffee. And in just a few years, that company is built to, I think in 2024, they did $381 million and are projected to do over $500 million this year. Taking the most commodity of products and just saying, we're a commodity product seller, but our company believes in this, this, and this. Is that not crazy?
And I mean, we've studied this for a long
Yeah.
time, so
The
it's not that
connectivity of
crazy to me, but I think that it belongs in certain places that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Black Rifle Coffee sells online to 3 to 4 different countries, I think.
They've got now stores. They're building Starbucks.
I absolutely understand that, but that wasn't their start. So
Right.
they had a wide net they could cast. I think if you're a local mom and pop place, you might want
Yeah.
to be careful about things like that.
Maybe.
If you're in liberal Austin, Texas, and you do that, you're going to have a problem. If you're out here in Williamson County, Georgetown, Texas, you're probably going to have a line out the door. So you got to be smart about it.
It's good to talk. It's really good to talk about who you don't want. It's crazy. Like I used
That's
to,
the last customer I would want.
I used to belong to a country club, and it was an inner city country club. It was downtown Las Vegas, and they had a cigar lounge. And I always found it fascinating. They had signs all over the cigar lounge. You know what they said? No cigarette smoking. Cigar lounges, almost all of them have signs that you can't come
I've
in
never
there.
been in one. I've been in a
and
lot of
smoke
cigar. I've been in a
cigarettes.
lot of cigar lounges because Gabe really enjoys them. I've never seen
I thought
that.
it was fascinating.
That is fascinating.
No cigarette smoke.
Why?
Jack, I guess they like the smell of the cigars and they don't like the smell. I don't know why. But I think it's just exclusionary. And
Yeah.
you can be exclusionary. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the last thing that I'll tell you is have a soap opera series. Right? In the beginning, when somebody's getting to know you, you really want them to spend time with you, reading, watching videos, listening to your podcast. So if you've got multimedia, it's the reason multimedia people have such an advantage. If you write books, have a blog, have a podcast, do YouTube videos, you have a major advantage over people who don't, because you can send out messages in multimodality, right? And every time you send somebody a message in a different modality, they have a different feeling from it. And some people will never read your emails, but they would watch your videos. Some people will never watch your videos, but they'll listen to your podcast. Some people are auditory. Some people are visual. Most don't.
Right.
Most people would rather listen or watch. So if you're only giving them the
What's
option.
crazy, and this is something I was just reading a couple days ago, they would rather watch a video with the sound off and subtitles than read what's being said.
Some would. Yeah.
Which blows my mind.
Well, it has to do with environment, they found. So like if you're fucking off at work when you're supposed to be working,
you have
can-
to read the subtitles.
Right. So
But you
can-
won't read a sales page with the same exact words.
We interrupt this pod to bring you this really special announcement. You need to go right now. Well, maybe they want to go right now. Want to stop?
No,
them
at
for
the
what?
end. We don't want to have them stop.
Go to trainwreckshow.com. There's lots of bots there, GPT bots that do things for you, that do a lot of your work. So you don't have to work so much and drink more beer. The episode archives are over there. There's all of our resources, worksheets, workbooks. Everything that we've done that we give away is over there. Go get it right now. There's a lot of resources there. Way more resources than you get when you buy a lot of communities, I think.
And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can catch every episode as soon as it hits. We'll send you a notification.
It doesn't mean you're liking Emma, by the way, because I know that slows us down on our likes. You can just click and say, I like Perry. You don't have to like Emma. It works the same way.
People are lazy, man.
So
people are really lazy.
I was reading this study they did where they took a sales page and they took the exact sales page, no change, and just put it in front of B-roll.
That makes sense.
That's it. That's all they
Yeah.
did. It absolutely murdered.
Yeah, I bet it did. So let me tell you what a soap opera is. Just
Okay,
for what.
okay.
So a soap opera series is a series of emails that end in a teaser. So they use something called open loops. If you ever watch the TV show Lost, or we're watching a show,
Son of a bitch, Lost.
right?
It left you needing the next episode.
Up. But here's what they did that was brilliant in Lost, and you should do in your soap opera series. A lot of people that are amateurs at this are better than not doing it. So basically, an open loop is, in this email, I'm going to open a question and promise to tell you the answer in the next email, right? That's basic. So most people don't do that at all. They just write an email, and in that email, that's the end of the thing, right?
Right.
When you tease the next thing, the odds of the person opening your next email is better. If you know how to master this, here's what will happen. If you don't know how to master this, the alternative is if you just do it the old-fashioned way where every email is just different or whatever, you're going to get, on day one, you're going to get, let's say, a 50% open rate. The next day, you're going to have 40%. The next day, a 30%. The next day, a 20%. And 4 or 5 days in, you've already lost 75% of your audience, right? If you write soap opera series, you'll tend to hold that number across the board. It'll stay. If you write hyper open loops, what I call soap opera series, and I got that from a guy named Andre Chaperon, who's brilliant, by the way. You'll actually watch your open rates move up, which is almost impossible to do. So what's the difference? You write like Lost. You open up 3 or 4 questions in every email, and in the next email, you only answer 1 or 2 of them, and you open up 3 or 4 more. So there's all these compounding questions. And here's the thing about people. The caveman brain, that I love studying caveman behavior. The caveman brain longs for discovery and completion. It's the reason why if you're sitting at home on a Sunday afternoon and your wife has said, okay, we're going to go to the market at 1 o'clock, and you go, okay, I'll be ready. And you turn on the TV to Lifetime and you're just killing time, and they're doing the 22 best hot dog restaurants in America, right? And you're down to number 3. You can't leave.
Right.
You have to know where the number 1 hot dog restaurant in America is, or it'll drive you freaking bananas nuts. So it's a mental effect. So when you open all these questions and you close 1 or 2, and then you open 3 or 4 more, as you do that, if you're artful about it, it'll really be amazing what you'll be able to pull off. I was writing for a guy named Jason Fielder 15, 20 years ago, was a Forex trader. And he was also, he did a lot of charitable works, going to countries and building schools and things like that. So I was writing for him, and he was leaving to go to Haiti to build housing for people in Haiti. And when he was gone, I was talking to him on the phone from Haiti one day, and he said, yeah, they're making bread here without any heat and without any wheat. And that's how they do it. And he told me how they did it.
As we get older,
Yeah. At the end of one of the emails I sent out, I said, hey, by the way, I'm in Haiti right now, and they make bread down here without any heat and without any wheat. And I'll tell you how they do it tomorrow if you guys are interested. I didn't think you'd be interested. This is a Forex financial trading list, right? Next day I write the email, it goes out, and I forget it. We get over 100 emails to customer service. You didn't tell us how to make the bread. They're never going to do that, but they had to know the answer. When you do that,
curiosity.
when you master that incredible need that we have in our brain for completion, it's the reason you'll watch a bad movie to the end, because you at least want to know how the movie ended.
True.
You'll watch a bad TV show, then you'll listen to a song you don't like to the end. If there's a story, if it's a ballad, you want to know what happens at the end of the song. Every story, you'll listen to a story that's just drones on forever because you really want to
Tell
know.
me about it. A couple of quick
really
questions, because I want to give some actionable insights here.
Sure.
So question 1. So I'm going to make an email, a soap opera email series. I'm going to start day 1 with 3 emails. One that introduces myself, one that talks about what problem my company solves or my product solves.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
Well, you said the first one was who am I?
The first one is, what do you got? What's it going to do for me? What do you want me to do next?
Okay, so all 3 in one.
And that could be on the website or the email. The next one should be
The mission statement.
Those
were 2
and it
different
can be
ones.
stole. It can be, the mission statement can be a mission statement, or it can be told in the form of a story.
Right.
If it's told in the form of a story, it's even better. Because like with Jason Fielders, when I wrote that one, I still have that series somewhere. It's freaking great. One of my favorite things I ever wrote. And the first email that went out after the introduction was, I hate a damn liar. That was the first mail that went out. And it was a rant.
Right.
About how he hated all these guys faking numbers, faking systems, telling people they're going to get rich overnight. And it was a rant against everybody else in the industry. And it was meant to be an us versus them, right? Mm-hmm. But his mission statement was embedded, his belief and mission statement was embedded within the story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm about to do something that triggers a bunch of leads. We'll say like I'm doing, where I have my scale audit. I'm going to get a bunch of leads. What should I have prepared for an email sequence? Like how many days and how many emails a day?
That's a hard question. I used to have a year's worth. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but it's not that many mails. I'll tell you why. The first 7 days is critical. You're going to do 80% of the business you're ever going to do out of those people in the first 7 days. Now, that doesn't mean that 20% of business is not still significant, right? You're going to do 80% within 7 days.
How many times would you email them a day on the first 7 days?
5 times the first day.
Okay.
So generally speaking, when they're signing up for your list, you're usually giving them something to sign up for the list. So the first email is, here's the thing I promised you. The second email is, here's who we are, what we can do for you, and what we'd ask for you to do next. The third one is, here's what we believe in. The fourth one is generally, here are success stories from my tribe. Here are success stories of people that I've worked with. Because you want to show that if they join your tribe, that the people in your tribe are better off than they are. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And then the next 2 or 3 could be just more of that, right? Generally speaking, I'll do that for a week. And then if I have
So 5 times day 1, and then what about days 2 through?
Oh, first day. So days 2 through 6, you're usually walking them through gain, logic, fear. The next 3 emails are usually gain, logic, fear. So you're pushing the gain button on your day 2 email. You're telling them how much money they're going to make, how much weight they're going to lose, how much they're going to get laid, how much, whatever the thing. I say those 3 because those are the 3 big markets.
Right. How much freedom they're going to have, whatever it is.
Whatever the case may be. The next message, and this is all, when you're doing that, you're stimulating brain chemicals, positive brain chemicals. Positive brain chemicals being dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. You're telling them that elevate their status, good things are about to happen, they're going to be in a group of people that are going to be great, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you could have 3 mails for that. You could have a dopamine, a serotonin, and an oxytocin mail, which is okay if you want to stretch it out a little bit. Then you're going to do a logic mail. And that's going to be...
That's going to be days 6 through...
That can be a mail. I would never do more than 1 of those. So that's logic. Now you're talking to the neocortex brain. Because some people... There are people that go buy cars today and want to open up the hood and look at the engine. Why?
You don't know nothing about the engine.
It's a series of computers.
Right.
You don't know anything about it, right? But some people feel like they have to really invest.
They have to look at it to make sure it looks great.
They have to investigate a thing. Your husband, for instance, he wants to know if he's buying a pizza cutter, he's going to read 300 pizza cutter reviews.
He does that.
But he buys a great pizza cutter at the end of the day.
You know what?
But he's
were
super
you here
analytical.
for that? Mm-mm. Really? You weren't here for the pizza cutter thing?
No, I didn't know there was a pizza cutter thing. I just made up pizza cutter.
No, the pizza cutter's a thing. So the pizza cutter and the garlic press, he studied over and over again, like how many grooves and holes in a garlic press that will leave some of the juice in the garlic to get the best minced garlic. And then for the pizza cutter, there are grooves in a pizza cutter. And then there are ones that are just straight edge. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, the more the grooves, the straighter the cut and the more likely to cut all the way through.
But see, that's a solutions-aware person. He knows that he needs a pizza cutter. So now he's choosing which pizza cutter. Right?
He uses shopping for Paxil.
I buy in 10 seconds, right?
Same.
Looks
like it'll work.
Most people make their decisions in 7 seconds and then analyze them forever.
So day 7's the logic now. And then you just continue on.
And then any other MLs after that are the next maybe 1 or 2 are fear. FOMO. Like this offer's closing, the bonuses are going away, future casting with cortisol, and basically reminding them of what's going to happen if they don't buy your thing. The next time you get a pizza, you're going to waste half the cheese because you didn't get the good pizza cutter, right? Or whatever the case may be. You want to try to remind them of the last time they tried to do the thing without your solution and how it didn't turn out. So there's a much more sophisticated thing called the cortisol sandwich, but you're using cortisol. Most people stay away from negative emotions in their marketing. It's a bad idea, actually. Negative emotions, cortisol release is what makes you actually make a decision. Most people don't make a decision until they're forced to. Cortisol releases in the brain in anticipation of something bad happening. So like on April the 14th at 11:59 p.m., what do you usually do? You file your taxes, right?
I mean, not me.
Because if you don't,
but 99% of people.
I'm filing extension.
I know people that have to drive to the post office to get it in
11
so
o'clock
that it's
at
mailed.
night. Yeah.
So it has those are obviously people that aren't in our space, but yeah.
Because the alternative is you could get a penalty from the IRS. On the opposite side of that, if you're a person who gets a tax refund, guess what? You're filing the day after you get your W-2, right? So people usually only do a thing when they're damn near forced to do it.
Right. I never understood that, but yes, that's absolutely true. Really
Because
true.
they get a cortisol release. It's a
So
brain
that's
chemicals.
day 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're gonna put them on a 1-year journey. And
What
then,
I'd do at that point is I call it the hamster wheel of doom. So it's not a really nice thing to call it, is it? But if I've got 10 other offers, I'm gonna write a gain, logic, and fear because they didn't buy my first thing, right? For whatever reason, they chose not to buy my first thing. I'll run them through a 3-day series on my next best-selling thing, and then a couple success stories, and a 3-day series on my next best-selling thing, and then a couple success stories, and a 3-day series on my next best-selling. If they don't buy any of that, right, then I'll run them through the same kind of thing on affiliate offers that have done well to my list. Because basically, this girl
How do I get money out of
This
them?
girl don't like me. Maybe she'll like my friend, right?
Right.
And then after that's all done, then I just want to send them a mail once a week for probably 3 months with some sort of value, some sort of question, a quiz or something, just to remind them I'm still alive.
in case it's a better time for them. On the
And
other
then I'm
offers.
going to go to like once a month, and I'm going to mail them a thing once a month. And it's just going to be pure value. And all I'm trying to do is get them to click an email. We're talking about email right now. This could be SMS, phone calls, but an email, the vast majority of the money that comes out of an email list are from your 7-day actives. So if somebody's not been active in your email in the last 7 days, they typically don't spend any money with you. Even if they open an email today and they haven't opened one for 30 days, they typically don't buy. As soon as they open that email, though, they get put on day 1 of your 7-day actives. Then their likelihood to buy in the next 2 or 3 emails they get is pretty high.
Yeah. And if you're, just to kind of throw this out there, if you're an Ignite or a Driven member, you want to go into your membership portal and pull out email best practices. You and Richard did an email course some time ago, which I think has been updated in there recently. So that'll teach you, like, at what point do you wash those emails. It's really important. You don't want to keep someone on your email list and pay to send them. They haven't opened one email from you in 4 months.
Most people
So-
they won't feel warm and fuzzy because I've got a big email list.
Right. No,
But
you
it's
want to get,
actually
you
the
want
opposite.
actives. You want active.
Yeah.
I would rather have 20,000 active than 1 million.
Yeah,
Who's
sure.
not opening. So yeah, this is really great, Perry. Thank you so much. I gained a lot from
You don't
this
have to
for
say
sure.
I'm great so often. I really appreciate it, but you don't have to keep saying that I'm great and how great I am and that I'm the greatest of all times. You don't have to do that all the time. It was like you already said I was great. I heard great. I get it.
I'm adding 5K
Everybody's like,
to your
you guys,
bill every month.
Don't
It's
you guys
just an
get sick
asshole
of?
tax.
Don't you guys get sick of hearing her talk about how great I am all the time?
$5,000 asshole tax added to your invoice moving forward. All right, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Another episode of
I'll say,
Trainwreck.
hey,
in
go
the
to
book.
trainwreckshow.com right now and grab freebies. There'll be bonuses, custom GPTs.
Email best practices, custom GPT. It's a great tool to have. You can ask it questions
Yep.
and it will answer it for you. Thank you, Perry.
Thanks a lot. See you next time.